What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today I'm going to talk about the fact that this is the season finale. This is the end of the regular NFL season, and we're set to go into the playoffs. So for the first time in a long time, I think us as a fan base are energetic at the fact that we're actually going to go play bonus ball versus when we made the playoffs in Ron's first season and feeling like it was a joke, but this is something that is huge. We actually get to do bonus ball. Like, understand that at this point in the season, there were times where I was already doing early draft stuff. People to look out for, players to talk about, and things like that. What free agency was going to hit, who we were going to get in free agency, what should we target in free agency. Like, understand that for the first time in a long time, we're sitting here and we're talking about the possibility of trying to get to even the second round of the playoffs. So, I mean, the fact that that's the conversation now is like exciting, but there are elements that has to be understood. There are things that you have to understand, that there are points that things you have to change to be successful in the next leg of what you're doing. An example of that is the next leg is the playoffs. And one of the key things that you want is health. You want health in the playoffs. You want to be able to say, I got the full complement of my team on the field. With that being said, this has to be a Marcus Mariota game. I know a lot of y'all may be like, John, are you crazy? We trying to keep the 6th seed. Selfishly, I want to keep the 6th seed as well. I want us to have the opportunity to possibly face the Rams. But understand, we could also possibly face Tampa Bay as well. So there isn't a situation where we can't still progress and actually end up in a spot lower in the playoffs. But I also understand that we need our healthy players in the game. And understand this, Dallas has nothing to lose. They're out. They're out of the playoffs. And they would love to send us home packing, or what if one of them just injures a player that we got on our team that we need vitally? I get it. Yeah, wanting to have our starters in to cement us holding that 6th spot, I get it. But at the same time, we have to also get that going into the playoffs fully healthy, or 90% healthy, or even 85% healthy is a good thing. So understand, I'm not too caught up on the factor of, hey, let this be a Marcus Mariota game. Let this be a Chris Rodriguez game. Let this be a Luke McCaffrey game. Let this be the game of the guys that we got to also see what their contributions can be should we need them as the playoffs go down the stretch. Because we've seen in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl where key contributors on teams are lost, and then next thing you know, the team sinks. I'm not saying we would lose Jaden Daniels, but why risk it? Why risk it? Let him take his time off. Let a lot of our players that are nursing injuries, Tyler Biadasz, guys like that, let them take a break. Now I understand that it's a risk involved because that could drop us down to the 7th seed, but to be quite honest, like, why not? Why not go into games with the understanding that now we need to know what we need to do next year? If we're not competing, if we're going into the playoffs and we get blown out by whoever, Like, let's say we take the easy road and we happen to go up against the Rams. Understand that we could still lose against the Rams. If Marshawn Lattimore isn't healthy, we could still lose. We could still lose. There's a lot of things that the Rams do that can be detrimental and problematic for us. Cam Curl is actually on that Rams team. So it's not like people don't know who we are or who the players are on the team or how to take advantage of certain guys. Understand, everybody has now identified not only Mike Davis, but also Benjamin St-Juste. So understand, a quarterback as intelligent as Matthew Stafford would immediately look for number 25 and number 24, and then immediately attack that particular player, or have Sean McVay design it up where Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp or Van Jefferson are sitting up there and they're one-on-one with St-Juste or Mike Davis. So it's not like going up against certain teams can give us an opportunity. Not only that, most of y'all don't realize how formidable the Rams' defensive front really is. Jared Verse has been a nightmare. I mean, and it's not one of those things where you're just gonna walk over them. It's not gonna happen. But I understand the excitement. But what's the difference if you face Philadelphia and you got Philadelphia? I mean, yeah, you don't want to face Philadelphia because it's a divisional game and you just saw them already. But guess what? Why not sit up there and shut the Philly fans up? Because understand, their whole argument is that, their whole argument has been that we beat y'all on Thursday night. They didn't account for the short work week, the fact that we had guys that were injured, the fact that most people were tired and everything like that, and they just had a better running game than we did. All of a sudden, we go out there and actually beat them on full days rest and everything, and their answer is, well, Jalen Hurts got injured. Well, can we shut him up? Can we shut him up and sit up there and say, no, you want to say that? Cool. We beat y'all with Jalen Hurts in the playoffs. Now what? Not only that, look at what Philadelphia is doing. Saquon Barkley has the opportunity to break the NFL rushing record for the season rushing record that was done by Eric Dickerson. And they said, guess what? He's not playing. And we have to take that same approach going into the playoffs as well. Yes. Do we want Terry to have a big game? Right now, it's not going to happen. He may not break 1,000 yards, but he got the touchdowns this year. You know, he really got the touchdowns. Not only that, you also see that that's something that in the offseason, Jaden and Terry are going to have to work on their chemistry a whole hell of a lot better, because Jaden missed Terry a lot this season. Again, the Saints game, Terry could have had a 200-yard receiving day, which would have been something. Like I said, I don't think that we've ever seen that, and I think the closest we came, I think it was Gary Clark. For some reason, I keep going back to Gary Clark. I think it was Gary Clark that got close to 200 yards receiving in the game. But again, we're talking about bonus ball. And sometimes with bonus ball, you have to also play things intelligently as well. Again, go into the lab. If you do end up as the 7th seed, go into the lab and sit up there and get people to understand that this is not a joke. This is not a game. Nobody's going to want to face us, especially when we got the star rookie on our team. Jaden Daniels has had a phenomenal season this year. Absolutely phenomenal season. He should be considered in the MVP race. But I understand that he's a rookie and people are desperate to have another person win the MVP. But I'll talk about that in another video. But again, there are times you just have to sit up there and say, you know what? I understand that what we want to do and what we want, but we also got to play this smart and strategic and not get our players injured in the process. Because there's a difference between going into the playoffs and having a very good showing in the playoffs and going into playoffs and you're just blown out and done. Now remember this key fact. Dan Quinn was on that Dallas Cowboys team. He was the defensive coordinator of that team that got the brakes blown off of them by Green Bay in the first round. Remember, they brutalized that team. And to be quite honest, that Dallas team defensively had more talent than we did. It really did. And they got their brakes blown off of them. So sometimes you have to take the step and say, you know what? Let's rest our starters. Let's rest a lot of guys so they can be strong, ready, and ready to go when we need them. Same thing with Jonathan Allen. Sit him down this game. Sit him down this game with the understanding that we need you at full strength. We need you at full strength. Tyler Biadasz, we need you at full strength. Because Nick Allegretti did a great job calling out the plays and the blocking schemes and things like that. But it looks pretty odd when you got the guard doing that and not the center. So, again, that's an element we all have to understand and come to grips with. It's not about just making the playoffs. It's also about making the playoffs in some relative form of health that you can actually make an impact in the playoffs. Detroit is going into the playoffs very strong, but also very injured. That you don't want to go in that type of situation because guess what? This is a one and done type of thing. And one and done, an injury could be all you need. We saw in the last year's Super Bowl, Dre Greenlaw goes down before the game even starts. Then Deebo Samuel goes down in that Super Bowl. Christian McCaffrey gets injured in the Super Bowl, and they end up losing the game. We got an opportunity to go into the playoffs fairly healthy. And we need to take advantage of that. I understand. I get it. Going in as the 7th seed, that's not what you want because you don't want to face Philadelphia. I get that. And going into the 6th seed is better. But is it? We don't know it's better because, again, just like with any playoffs, when everybody gets the bonus ball, everybody steps their game up. Everyone steps their game up because they understand that there's something bigger that they're trying to achieve. There are a lot of players that got incentives in their contracts that propels them when bonus ball comes around. So, again, I understand this may not be the most favorable opinion of this, but this is a game where I am for the backups. I am for the backups coming in. I am for, giving a break to some of these guys. Brian Robinson needs to get his mind back together because contrary to what a lot of y'all want to believe, understand his mind is swirling right now because he doesn't understand why he's not breaking the tackles he needs to break and running the ball like he's used to. And all of a sudden, Chris Rodriguez comes in and he's like, just getting all the yardage. And so that's problematic to him. And I know Brian Robinson is way better than what has been featured because teams are making it an effort to try their best to stop him. We just need him to get out his own head. And taking a break could do that. Letting him sit down and see Chris Rodriguez just go out there, McNichols go out there and do it. Same with Austin Eckler. Why not have your most dangerous pairing ready for the playoffs versus ready for the ending of a regular season game? No, not at all. Terry McLaurin is our best weapon, period. Y'all know his tension between him and Trayvon Diggs. Y'all know his tension between that secondary in Dallas. Let's let Terry take a break. John Allen, we need him to be strong. Deron Payne, we need him to be strong. You know what I'm saying? We need all our players to be up there and ready. Let's give Quan Martin a break. Quan has been doing triple duty this season. Run defense, passing defense. He's been all over this season. I mean, and I told you, I knew it was going to happen when Lattimore couldn't play. What did they do? They cheated Quan Martin over to St. Juste's side or Mike Davis's side. And that was because they needed him over there to help with the coverage. The man needs a break. He's tired. He needs a break. He needs a rest. And why not have him fully mentally there and ready when the playoffs come around, when the playoffs start? This is a game where I'm fine with the backups playing. I know a lot of people may not find that favorable or may not find that intelligent, but I'd rather us go in there at full strength with the opportunity of actually beating Philadelphia and shutting up some of the Philadelphia fans and showing them that Jalen Hurts doesn't matter. You know, I'd rather do that than to just go to the Rams, think you're going to beat them, and end up losing to them because, why? Everybody's exhausted or tired or somebody got hurt or nicked in the Cowboys game. That's just my opinion. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. How do y'all feel about this game? It would be nice to win this game. I mean, to finish the season, at 12-5 would be absolutely amazing. I mean, you're talking about this would have been our first really good season since 1991. And I mean, this was a fantastic season this year. And to me, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, if it's at the chance of getting the starters injured before the playoffs, I'd rather not risk it. That's just me. Y'all tell me how y'all think. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Do y'all feel that the starters should play so we can hold on to the 6th seed? Or do y'all feel that, look, at the end of the day, 6th seed, 7th seed, it don't matter. You want us to show well in the playoffs. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And I want to say this. Congratulations to all of us as fans. We had a very successful season. This year, we got to see what a real quarterback was. Remember when all those people were the Sam Howell, NHO people and all that type of stuff? Remember all that? We believe in Ron, all that stuff. This is what success really looks like. This is what, when you got everybody doing the jobs that they're supposed to do. Nobody's overstepping what their job is. Everybody knows and gets what their job is. Everybody's doing exactly what their job detail is supposed to be. This is what a functioning organization looks like. Finally. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Other than that, this has been your man John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.